What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we've been given an opportunity to take a look at Warhammer Age of Sigmar Realms of Ruin. Very, very early. So, I'm gonna kind of, set my biases aside, right? I loved Warhammer Fantasy Battles. I feel like this kind of sucks for Age of Sigmar. That, anytime anything Age of Sigmar comes out, the person doing the narration or the person doing the commentary has to be like, listen, you guys, I love Warhammer Fantasy Battle exactly as much as everybody else. But in my case, it's actually true. I used to read all the books. I was a huge Gotrek and Felix fan. I'm going to set aside my love of Warhammer Fantasy Battles, and we're going to take a look at this game today. We're going to see if it's any good, because the developers have nothing to do with Games Workshop. This is like a completely independent production where it's just kind of licensed. So we're going to check it out. This is an RTS from what I understand. The developers fired it over this morning, said that I could check it out and show it to you guys, so that's exactly what I'm going to do along the way. I'll do my best to try to give you a little bit of commentary about what I like, what I don't like about it, things I think should change, things that I think are dead on the money, hopefully help you decide whether or not this is a game you wanted to get for yourself. Never do this down here. Don't ever pre-order anything. But aside from that, let's get moving. If after watching this you wanted to check out Warhammer Age of Sigmar, by all means, you can find Realms of Ruin at the link that I'll leave for you down below. On top of that, you can also take a look down there. You'll find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream. Both of those you're more than welcome to hop on into. I stream games like this pretty frequently on my Twitch channel. For 5 or 6 hours at a time, so you can slide on through. So anyways, let's dive on into the single-player campaign, because that's what they've given us access to. We'll leave it on the default difficulty. It looks like, wow, 45 minutes to complete the chapter? Okay, fair enough. Bravely, Sigrun led the Stormcast Eternals into the choke of the swamp. I don't know who any of this is, unfortunately. This is Gotrek and Felix, I don't know. Are Gotrek and Felix still alive in Age of Sigmar, or did they get the axe like everybody else?
The orcs grow brazen. They bleed us. I know we are too depleted to respond. And now I risk what little we have left.
Trust my augury, Sigrun. There is an artifact of power in the swamp. If we can claim it, we can cleanse the orcs and save our cannabis. Keep faith.
Success is not purchased with faith. The cost is always sacrifice.
You doubt my divination?
No. Forgive me, Demetrius. If our cannabis survives, its legacy will be worth any sacrifice we make.
Our cannabis never survives without
may
me.
end up being the reason we were sent here in the first place.
And before we even learn of this, Sigmar calls away the Lord Celestin with over half the crusade. Well, I guess there's no point fighting if you're not hopelessly outnumbered.
Sigmar is forced to wage war across all the mortal realms. It is why he forged us, Aiden. To win impossible fights.
Yes, Sigmar.
If I fail, even fewer will stand to defend our cannabis.
Not our cannabis.
It's better to die in the attempt than be swallowed by time and dust. Stormcast, march on.
So be it.
It's the best motivation I think a game has ever had to defend our cannabis. I feel intimately intertwined with this narrative. This feels important to me.
Sigrun and the rest of the chamber aren't far behind. Hopefully the maps we made when the Dawnbringer Crusade first settled remain accurate. We should get moving.
All right, so let's get moving. This seems to be a fairly standard rubber band box RTS that we're playing around with. We got a couple of crossbow guys in the back. It looks like they actually select together, so these are squads, a la something like Company of Heroes, rather than individual units that you might run into in a title like Command and Conquer. Is there anything... Oh, you can actually change a facing on them as well. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely looking at some kind of Dawn of War 2 hybrid here. Where you've got these little squads, and then when you right-click and hold, kind of like Total War, you can choose a facing in the way that they want to be looking. So I'm guessing there's probably going to be some kind of bonus for attacking from behind, or possibly flanking, maybe?
Gur is a savage and hostile realm. I heard Sigrun and Iden say the realm destroyed its moon. Perhaps mortals are not meant for such places.
Savage it may be, but that's its nature. Be thankful that these lands have not yet succumbed to the horrors of chaos.
The horrors of chaos. They are coming. All right, let's head on down the bony hill over here. Can I double right-click to get them to go faster? Oryx! Attack them. Let's watch this action. Oh, they're like laser guns. Okay, so these are definitely Sigmarines over here. Combat animations look reasonably decent. I like how he got knocked back right there. I'm actually glad we took the time to zoom in on this action because it seems like somebody's taken time to make sure that the action animations and also the impact animations have lined up. So that's good. These guys do have a unified health bar, however. Oh, they want me to attack move, eh? There you go. Attack move down that way. So apparently when you're in like gold movement mode, they ignore things and they just try to go directly to the point before selecting a target and fighting back. Whereas attack move is the classic way. It's usually on the A key in most RTSs, but the attack move, for anybody that may not know the exact terminology, it forces them to stop and attack anything that goes along the way. It's kind of rudimentary stuff, but there's always somebody that's never heard of it. Might be new to gaming or something like that, so there you go. That's what attack move is useful for. Let's keep on moving down the hill. Environmental designs look pretty good. I did see some weird stuff going on with the cloaks during the opening cinematic, however, and so I'm kind of watching to see if those things happen again with the cloth physics, because those would definitely be things you would want to get sorted out before you go into a final commercial release. And we've got one orc down right there. Actually, I think the battles look pretty good, in all honesty.
The Orc flees! We should finish him off!
Hold, Naris! Something isn't right.
Eldris, a Trogov. We should slay it.
It is a savage beast. It would likely make short work of us. Besides, we must mark the path for the main force to follow. What's your command?
We apparently have like a super secret stealth mode that we can use. There we go. So we're now in super secret stealth mode, and I think we've got to sneak past this guy. It looks like many active and targeted abilities will cause you to lose command and or a realm stone to activate. You can see them up here at the top. So yeah, it actually seems like they are kind of going for like a Dawn of War 2 style game where it's all about getting requisition command and maybe picking up CPs along the way, like the command points or whatever, like raising the flags. It's been a while since I played Dawn of War 2, but it's definitely got kind of a Dawn of War Company of Heroes vibe to it from what I'm feeling so far.
Mongrel beasts. They will surely sniff us out whether we hide or not.
The Oryx call them Gnash Tooths. We can easily dispatch them if we must.
Don't let the enemy see us.
I mean, you might as well. Like, weren't we marking this? Like, we're like a scout battalion that's trying to get this thing set up for like another group of warriors. So like, we may as well go into battle and fight with them, although our HP is getting a little bit nasty and low. Opening salvo seems to have lit them up pretty well. Honestly, the animations look pretty good here. Not bad at all. I know next to nothing about Age of Sigmar. I kind of like disconnected with Warhammer Fantasy once they did like the end times into Age of Sigmar or whatever. But like,
It's on the map. Thanks Sigmar, the swamp has not swallowed everything.
Indeed. Let us mark this way for Sigmar and the Chamber. This will make a good muster point to fall back to.
A vein of Realmstone has been tapped.
Apparently, I have tapped a vein of Realmstone.
We should check the other locations on the maps. It may prove fruitful.
Can I do anything with this mustard point right here? So we can open an upgrades menu. It looks like it just heals and reinforces nearby allies. So yeah, we did get our 4th guy back, which is really good. We lost him during a scuffle somewhere. Is that thing interactable? Oh, we've got a few more wolves down here. Let's go take them down. Definitely you can tell from the move speed here.
Do you think it's wise for us to be so deep in the swamp after Sigmar called away the Lord Celestin?
The celestial battle mage says there is something out here. Something powerful that could protect our cannibals. I'm not so sure.
Sigmar would trust us to meet him. Have faith, Elder.
I've fought under Sigmar for over a century, from here to Akshi. I trust this place.
So you can tell there's a slow contemplative movement to the game. Like you can definitely, oh, that thing shoots missiles too. Nice, okay. So you can definitely tell this is inspired by Dawn of War at this point, Dawn of War 2 specifically. They've got like the retreat keys that you can hit to kind of like run back to previous points. So you can definitely kind of feel the influences here from things like Company of Heroes and Dawn of War 2. And honestly, I don't think that's a bad blueprint to follow. Those are much beloved games. I know that Dawn of War 2, when it came out, was kind of controversial, being more of an action RPG hybrid RTS than the previous game, which was very much just like this is StarCraft but Warhammer 40K. And so I always liked Dawn of War 2 better, though. I thought Dawn of War 2 had a very, very nice take on a formula that...
The fellow retinue is under assault from Oryx.
We cannot wait. We must help them.
Yep, let's fall in. Let's go get him. Ooh, I can initiate a charge, eh? Yeah, let's go ahead and do a charge, I suppose. Straight into battle, once more into the breach to save our boys in blue. The Sigmarines never leave a man behind. I like how they flinch every time they hit, and in certain cases you can see them kind of parrying with a shield before they take a hit. Kind of cool. I don't know if they're cycling in between like 6 or 7 different reaction animations from different directions or what.
Let us mark this trail and push on.
Are you guys going to get claimed? I want you guys to be on my team. Are you guys going to be on my team?
We need to delve further. Without a clear path, our army will lose cohesion in this wretched fen.
Cocky storm kits! Let's crack 'em open! Can't just gut 'em. Might be more coming. Murkfang's gonna want a nice chat with these.
Vanguard hunters! Fighting formation!
We appear to be a little bit outnumbered, just like by small amounts. Now, they took a lot more damage than we did when we were fighting, but like, I don't know if it's going to work out altogether that great for the boys in blue.
Sigrid, the Vanguard hunters have not reported in.
We are still finding their markers. They must have moved deeper into the swamp. We continue along their trail.
Very well. Warriors of Sigmar, forward!
All right, Vanguard, let's do this thing. Sigmar's Aegis. What does that do? Gain Sigmar's Divine Protection, granting the unit a shield and increasing their armor by 2 for 30 seconds. Is there a location where I can look at the stats of said units? Because clearly, they just said increase armor by 2, so what exactly does that entail? I was hoping that they would have some kind of unit card, basically, that I could bring up.
This would almost be beautiful, if it weren't for how hostile it is.
And the smell.
I was hoping there would be some kind of unit card around, like if I click down here that would pop up.
Sigrid, look here. Signs of a battle.
Looks like Eldris's work.
Unfortunately, that dog don't hunt, so I'm not exactly sure where I can take a look at these guys' stats. Maybe it's from like the recruitment menu, or maybe they have kind of like a journal around that I can take a look at to figure out whether or not... Oh, that was an accident. I fat-fingered that bad boy.
Trogoth. Maybe Eldris didn't make it any further.
Perhaps. Though I grant him sense enough to avoid it. Regardless, we'll deal with it now.
With pleasure.
All right, let's go do this thing. So we do have different characters here. On Sigrun, we have Banner of the Reforged. Yeah, do that. I don't know what it does, but do that right there. You guys get on him. What did the... Wow, he's going crazy down there. He's channeling an ability. Is it making him, like, stronger? Let's see. Channel for 10 seconds. During this time, you will heal and reinforce units inside of your range. Okay, so we basically were using this kind of weird stone, realm stone, whatever you want to call it, in order to get things done. Liberator's taking a little bit of a pounding right now. I don't know what Furious Retribution did. Increased attack damage and movement speed. I probably should have popped that at the beginning then.
Easy. I expected more from it. Here we go. That's more like it.
We're barely past the choke, and already such powerful enemies. My hand is forced. Stormdrake Guard to the front!
Damn, that guy got his own chorus music when he landed. You know he's got to be raw. That dude's got to be so dope that, like, you know how dope you have to be in any fantasy setting that when you just, like, even show up, like, you haven't even done anything yet. You just arrive in, like, superhero land, and already they've got people in the background, like, Sanctus Dominus, oh, oh. Like, it means you got to be, like, dope as hell. Units like the Stormdrake Guard have powerful targeted attacks. Okay, so he's got, like, a breathalyzer blaster. Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, you come over here then, maybe. And maybe do like a little bit of that. Yeah, that seems to have kind of accomplished something. Banner guy, are you ready to do the Reforged thing yet? You use Sigmar's Aegis. I think that would be wise. I can't do Draconic Flames again yet. Banner of the Reforged is almost ready. There we go. Reinforce my guys real fast. Rally, heal, and reinforce my guys. That feels like a strong play. There we go. That health bar is moving now. That's what I like to see. And we just got a third guy back. The spell effects look really good. Like, this is definitely kind of like an ability-based game that's kind of thinking how much can you manage and remember on all your different units as you're swapping between them with the tab key to fire off your Q and E abilities.
We shall reconquer the mortal realms. Where do I fight?
I don't know if I should wait and reinforce this poor bastard one more time. He's still pretty beat up, and so I'm not sure what the right call is here. I am running out of Realmstone, though, so I should probably maybe... I got a dragon, dude. What's the worst that can happen? This is actually a pretty solid demo. Like, I like that they're letting me play around with the units. I have no idea what's going on inside of this setting. Once again, I'm more of like an outdoor, you know, loyalist, but... Go ahead and get him. Big old dragon guy. I give you permission to engage. I think they'll probably be fine. Like, I don't know. We don't have Banner of the Reforged ready to go yet. I don't know if this affects my units. But I'm going to light it off because it's fun and it kills those big chunky guys like instantly. And then we can just reinforce and get our health back over at this command point.
We can move the main force up and secure this location while we forge ahead.
Enemies of Sigmar sighted.
I'm sitting here trying to heal, and it looks like the orcs are continuing to throw things at our command point. So that's good. That means it's not just a static map, like it's actually playing back against us. Unless that was scripted right there, I guess. It shouldn't be too much of a challenge. We're mostly revitalized anyways.
Witness our glory, Sigmar.
We shall overcome all foes!
Liberators awaiting orders. Steady advance, stay alert.
Oh yeah, they're just like continuously trying to attack my spot over here. Okay, well if we don't want to lose this, I think the command point is more than capable of defending itself. It appears to have some kind of like Thor's lightning thing going on. Sigmar's lightning, I suppose, that's lighting up the enemy. Are we getting hit from this way too? I saw a red arrow on the map this way. Yeah, there they are, you little bastards.
This divination is wrong. We don't have the numbers to win this war of attrition.
Sigmar will not fail us. Reinforcements will come.
They have not come yet, but we pray daily. The realms are on fire, Aiden. We are just a glimmer in the grand plan.
We have Liberator reinforcements.
Apparently there's a combat triangle. Swords defeat shields, shields defeat arrows, arrows defeat swords. So there you go. Whether or not you're going to be able to move fast enough, I know that I won't because of my old man hands, in order to manage an army with those 3 rock, paper, scissors types, remains up in the air. So I guess these guys, they're not inside my command, but it appears as though they have just reinforced this location. That was the one reason I had not left, and so I will... Oh no, are they following? Or are they patrolling? They're patrolling. Okay, it was just coincidence that they walked that way right when I did. There's another command point over here, so I'm going to go get it so that we're ticking up Realmstone a little bit faster, because the abilities seem to really decide who wins or loses some of these sorties, and so I would rather kind of have myself taken care of here. Yeah, go ahead and crack off that right there to get your defenses up. I'll go ahead and use... I was going to use the breath attack if the dragon was out front, but the dragon, unfortunately, was not out front. It looks like they don't break contact once they've gone with the enemy. What happens if I do that? Yeah, it looks like they stay in contact. They didn't execute the move order until they finished off the last enemy. So I think it's possible you may have to use the retreat command to save your units if you're already in base contact with the enemy. Well, this one right here isn't capturing like the other one did, so maybe it's not our objective right now. Let's head on down the dusty trail and see if we can find anything over here that we want to deal with. It wants me to go... See, these guys are attacking this spot right here. Weird. Yeah, it wouldn't let me capture it, but, I mean, I'm sure they're going to attack... Are they coming this way? They are indeed. There you go. Enemies eliminate. I mean, there's one left. He's obviously going to fall back and, like, reinforce or something, but, like, not that big of a deal. We've got a big old grip of units over here that are ready to throw down. Let's go ahead and get ourselves into combat. We'll pop some armor right at the beginning to make sure that they're okay. Furious Retribution. We'll drop that. Our units now have Unstoppable, and they're hitting 25% harder, so that's good. I'd like to keep everybody on my mouse if I can. I don't know if we need the banner just yet. It may require...
Taking enemy fire.
We may need the banner. Yeah, go ahead and drop the banner of the Reforged, I suppose. It seems like we're taking a little bit of damage. If the Draconic Flame Stream comes back up and these guys reinforce right here, I will probably attempt to flame them out, but I don't know if it's going to be successful. We are mostly at full health right now. Forward. Get them. Yeah, that was a good one right there. Yep, that one definitely gave us... Man, these abilities right here, they are game changers. This is definitely an ability-heavy RTS, where it's almost got like a hero RTS vibe to it, but every single unit is like a meaningful hero. Like even your generic little guys with hammers right here have an ability that matters, that you need to play at the right moment.
More signs of battle. I recognize those Sigmarite footprints, and there are Auric tracks. They lead in that direction.
Eldris and his retinue should not have ventured further without regrouping with us.
Lord Sigrun, let me fly ahead. I will find them.
Very well. Search, but do not engage. And have a care, Mazrin. I do not want to lose my only Stormdrake guard.
We shall be safe from harm whilst on the wing.
We should continue the search ourselves. We may find more evidence of their fate.
Liberators ready.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm guessing it's only scouts that can capture these. That's my estimate, is that it's only the little scout guys maybe that can capture them. We do have enemies coming on in.
Victory will be ours.
So we are going to want to join this fight right here. Go ahead and have them lock down the Aegis. Are they just trying to leapfrog right now? Oh, they're going after Sigrun. Gotcha. All right, you guys finish off your fight over here and then come help Sigrun out. I'd prefer not to fall back right now if I can help it. Can you guys do a charge? Go ahead and do a charge for me, would you? Get back over here quickly. I don't know if that charge actually counted, but it felt like it helped them get across the battlefield a little bit quicker. So I'm going to chalk that one up to a W. Sound design feels pretty on point. Very, very heavy clanking of the boots. Like you can tell that it's heavy armor units like shock troopers basically moving on in. Very, very weighty sound to a lot of the movement. Let's keep these guys going down here and we'll kind of see how this goes. Give me an Aegis. Give me an Aegis. There you go. You go ahead and put the banner down so that we're regenerating the whole time. We've got a little bit of extra resources to play around with, so I don't see too many problems with it. We've also got a lot of command, so we should be all right. Ooh, who put that big knockback out there? Who did that? That was kind of cool. I don't know who it was that took care of that, but hey, keep after it, champ. You may want to do Furious Retribution on all of our units, too. Yeah, you guys want to fight over here. Don't worry about the rest of that. These guys are taking, like, the brunt of this assault. I may wait for Banner of the Reforged. Like, I don't want to, like, retreat all the way back to here in order to get my health back up. That seems like a long retreat, you know what I mean? I took everybody back to the camp with a retreat. They run faster when they go back there, and I wanted to save my banner anyways, and we kind of needed to collect up a few more points for abilities like Realm Stone and Command. So we'll head back down on into the valley now and see if we can clinch these things. But so far, I don't really see any major problems. It's definitely a slower, more contemplative RTS for sure that seems to be a lot more about ability management.
Sigrid, look there. An Auric warcamp.
Eldris and his retinue may be held there. We should raise it and search for signs of them.
As I was saying, obviously a slower, more contemplative RTS about playing rock, paper, scissors and managing abilities. However, I think there's probably a market for that right now, and everything seems to be technically executed at a level that I think feels very, very acceptable. Like, the feel of the game feels good. I want to see what base building looks like inside of it. I know that, like, in the original Dawn of War 2 and whatnot, the base building was kind of limited in that it was mostly centered around, like, reinforcing CPs and stuff like that so that you could push further and putting little defenses and things around them. So do I have to kill all these guys before I raise that thing? Or, like, can I send my banner guy over there to go take care of it right now? I'm going to send the banner guy. There we go. Knock this thing on over. A plotting pit. Seems to go down quickly enough once you've got enough DPS to bear on top of it. So that's good. Oh, I like that death animation, that little smoke pluff animation. Right? I'm pretty sure that was just a PNG that they put in there, but it's...
They were certainly here, but the Oryx have clearly moved them. I found Sigmarite footprints leading further into the swamp.
We must catch up with them. Vanguard hunters are the best chance we have of finding a way to the arcane power Demetrios seeks.
With luck, Mazrin has already spotted them. Though until we meet up, we have no eyes above us.
Agreed. Call a squad of prosecutors to the front. We have precious few to spare, but without Vanguard hunters, we're blind to ambush. Move out!
Hold up, what are these Tyrael-looking angel dudes in the back? When do I get to mess around with them? Man. You can't just show me something pretty like that. Oh, apparently there's another chapter in here, so there you go. We've kind of run out of time for this episode, unfortunately.
Only Oryx could make a home out of this rotted filth.
Waxes. The magic of wilds and beasts grows stronger. Had I divined the power earlier, perhaps I would not have found the mire grown so deep.
It is more than that. Commander, there is the stench of death about this place. Not just from the Oryx.
Death comes for everyone. Eventually. Except us.
This way.
We are reforged anew. Again and again. Until all feeling of pain and caring is lost.
Eligad, take flight. Remain alert for Orc ambushes.
Yes, Lord. I'll keep a keen eye.
How are you going to send away the coolest units? Those are the ones that I wanted to play around with. Apparently there is a battle tome right there, so that would probably solve the unit card problem that I had, where I wanted to be like, well, what does 2 armor mean by comparison to everything else? The game is going to have multiple factions. It has the Night Haunt, it has the Cruel Boys, and it has the Stormcast Eternals, in case you're wondering what the final version is going to have. It doesn't look like... There we go. So now we get some stuff over here, and it actually looks like there's going to be upgrades and things as well. I had figured that because when we logged into the mission, it said we were getting XP for doing like various objectives, so I figured they were going to do kind of like a StarCraft 2 thing, where the better you do on the mission, the more you get to upgrade your units on the in-between. Unfortunately, this is where we get to the ugly part of the video too, because I took a look at the game's page after I got done recording this, and it's a game with de novo on it. In fact, it seems like this developer always uses de novo, Frontier, so I'm going to have to add them to my list. But anyways, this game has de novo anti-cheat in it, which attaches into your operating system and has like... It has permissions at like the kernel level with like your drivers and things of that nature. And so, unfortunately, it becomes a very difficult recommendation. That sucks because it feels like they're on the right path right now with the game. It feels pretty good to play at the moment, despite the fact that I'm still a little bit salty about how they handled Warhammer Fantasy Battles. I'd be willing to give this a shot, but it's got de novo anti-cheat. You don't know what that is? It's an anti-tampering service that basically makes it such that people can't pirate the game. Unfortunately, it makes like a million billion different checks. It has bad frame rates. It's prone to stuttering. Basically, it's the developers giving people that paid for their game and were honest about it the worst copy of the game, and pirates get the version that doesn't lag and all that kind of stuff. So that sucks and I hate it. This has been Warhammer Age of Sigmar Realms of Ruin, a demo that the developers kindly fired on over. I like what I saw here except for the de novo, but unfortunately that's a deal breaker for me. Hopefully you guys will check the game out. If the Nuvo's a deal breaker for you too, I definitely am empathetic to that. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, it was Realms of Ruin. Tomorrow it'll be something else. Thanks for hanging out, and that's about all I got.